Hey guys, so today marks 2 years since I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and I figured this would be a good time to tell this part of my story. It all started about a year after treatment for my colon cancer, which is a whole other story. I started experiencing what my doctor thought was neuropathy from the chemo treatment, and for a little while, I actually believed him. The symptoms started getting worse. I was experiencing severe depression, gaining weight. I stopped caring about my daily self-image, and if you know me, this was not normal behavior at all. I was having trouble at work. Simple things like physically counting money, it was a difficult task. Like my hands and my brain weren't communicating. And the same thing when I would put shoes on, my left foot, I had to literally grab my foot and put the shoe on instead of just sliding my foot in. My doctor kept saying, oh, it's just neuropathy. But soon the headaches started coming, and these quickly turned into migraines. And my doctor just kept saying, oh, you're just dehydrated, or you're just stressed, you've been through a lot, take Advil, try Excedrin, drink more water, blah, blah, blah. But the migraines kept getting worse, the neuropathy was getting worse too, and the depression was horrible, and nothing was helping. I knew something was off, but my doctors wouldn't listen to me. I was referred to the psychiatric department at Kaiser for my depression, but was never able to get a hold of anyone. After a couple trips to the ER, and after being told multiple times that I was just dehydrated, I was finally able to get someone to schedule me for a brain scan. The day after my scan, I received a phone call from one of Kaiser's on-call doctors, and she said they found a large mass in my brain. They believed it to be cancer that had metastasized from my previous colon cancer, and she said I needed someone to drive me to the ER right away and that I needed to be admitted. And this was on Father's Day, which happened to be a beautiful Sunday afternoon, so my mom was out showing property and my sister was out with her family, so I couldn't get a hold of anyone. Luckily, though, my brothers were home to take me, and while I was in my room in the ER waiting for answers, they wouldn't let my brothers keep me company since they weren't listed in my chart. My mom and sister were both rushing to be with me, but for whatever reason, the ER doctor couldn't wait to deliver false information to me. He was quick to tell me that my previous colon cancer had spread to my brain and that my prognosis was 1 to 2 months. But I thought this meant I'd be in the hospital for 1 to 2 months on meds. But he gently took my hand, he looked me in the eyes, and told me that that's how long I had left to live. And then he walked out of the room. Soon after that, I was transferred to a hospital room where doctors had to reassure me that this was false information and they wouldn't know anything until a biopsy was done. They started me on steroids and kept me in the hospital overnight. But I can't believe the day before this, I had been at a concert in 100-degree weather. And a couple weeks before that, I was horseback riding and driving around town, going to work, trying to live my life. But this all became very serious to them very quickly. They wanted to transport me to another hospital via ambulance, but decided waiting 2 weeks for surgery would be fine as long as I was on bed rest and taking the steroids to relieve the swelling. On July 6th, I had brain surgery, and we soon found out that the tumor was inoperable. And it was a whole new, separate Lynch syndrome-related cancer, a grade 2 oligodendroglioma brain tumor. They did a biopsy and installed a programmable VP shunt to help with drainage. I was then scheduled 6 weeks of radiation, and after that, I was prescribed 6 rounds of 3 different chemos. I completed radiation, and we saw significant shrinkage in the tumor, but it was still there. And then I started chemo, but I had an allergic reaction to one of the 3 chemo drugs, so I was only able to complete 6 rounds and only one of the 3 recommended chemo drugs. As of right now, these are the only chemo treatments available for treating my type of brain cancer. Since there's not enough resources, that kind of sucks. A while after radiation, it was confirmed that I had some brain damage and was put on permanent Social Security disability after running out of my state disability insurance. I've been unable to work for 2 years now, and I'm getting used to my new normal, learning to live with this brain tumor and making the best out of my life. I'm so grateful to get another year, as there are many people not so lucky. But I'm stable and I'm here. Some days are more difficult than others. Some days I stay in bed all day after crying all night, while other days you won't see my smile leave my face. Life with a brain tumor isn't easy at all, and I'm tired of people making living with cancer look easy. I'm tired of making it look easy myself, because it's not. I have brain cancer, and my tumor is constantly hitting nerves, causing pain all over my body. I'm having to take steroids daily to help keep my cortisol levels up so I don't go into early menopause, which is a side effect from radiation. I'm technically in remission because I'm done with all available treatments, but I still have cancer, which is super confusing to me. I get tired, I have mood swings, I'm nauseous all the time, I cry a lot, I sleep a lot, but every day I get up and I keep going because I'm alive and I'm not going anywhere. I will continue to fight for a cure because we need more treatment options. I will continue to fight for brain cancer awareness, and I will continue to spread Lynch syndrome awareness. So please share my story and help me spread awareness, and let's find a cure.